Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another moment with Talent Lawrence. Ethical Success, your hosts. On my last video, I talked about the pursuit of wealth and fame, balancing success and integrity. And there was a part where I said perfection looks like slavery. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why I said perfection looks like slavery. So, perfection demands significant sacrifice and attracts intense public scrutiny and judgment. When an individual is perceived as having attained perfection, they are often elevated to a godlike status, to be regarded as a god. One's words, action, daily life, and interaction with others must appear flawless, requiring an extraordinary level of self-awareness and discipline. Consider individuals in roles such as clergy, ministers, or leaders of religious organizations. These figures are often viewed as demigods, expected to embody perfection in the eyes of their followers. However, when a religious leader is caught in an act of infidelity or found in a compromising situation, the resulting judgments can be severe. People tend to forget that these leaders too are human, subject to the same desires and temptation as anyone else. Such incidents can lead to delusionment, causing many to question their faith or abandon their religious community altogether. While perfection is an admirable goal, achieving it requires constant vigilance about how one's actions are perceived by others. This heightened awareness can feel like a form of servitude, as the fear of deviating from an idealized image may lead to hypocrisy. Living under such pressure can burden one's conscience, fostering feelings of guilt or inadequacy. Now, religious leaders, particularly in Christian contexts, are often expected to emulate the perfection of Jesus Christ, whom they serve and who is the Son of God. That's what Christians believe. Yet, they fail to understand that no human is infallible. I refrain from judging others' actions. I reflect on how I would respond to similar circumstances, recognizing the complexity of human nature. It is one thing to judge a person, and it is another thing to put yourself in that person's shoes. If I were this person, if I was this person, if it was me, how would I react? How would it be? What would I have done? So now, attaining the height of perfection requires constant vigilance. You have to be conscious of everything that you do. And that's why I said perfection looks like slavery. Now, perfection is, in my own view, is most attainable in the context of one's career or craft. That's what I believe. You can only get perfection from your job, your business, your craft, what you do, and how you do it. Because, when you do something constantly, daily, every day, now you get experience from that, and you build perfection from that. So that's where I feel perfection can only come from. Yes, when you're dedicated to your work, you build experience and you build perfection on that. That's where I only believe perfection can come out. Because however, perfection in character or daily life is far and more elusive. I believe individuals should not be judged solely by their behavior or choices, as no one is obligated to justify the personal life of others. We are accountable to primarily ourselves, to the law, and for those who believe in God, rules and regulations. Rules and regulations exist to guide our actions, which actually should tell you as a person that perfection is not something anyone could get. Because if it is believed that everyone in the world could be perfect, then there would be no rules, there would be no regulations. Everyone would just live like that. Even in the Bible, in the holy books, they have rules there to guide people, because now this is what guides your daily life. It is not how you live it, it is how you are conscious of what you're doing. So that's why I said perfection looks like slavery, because as a clergyman, as a minister, there are things that you cannot do, because if you do it, you're going to be judged by your followers, you're going to be judged by your people, the people that sees you as a shepherd. You're going to be judged from that. So perfection is not something that comes from someone's character or daily life. It comes from your crafts, your business, ideas. That's where perfection comes from, and not your attitude. Because I don't judge people based on what they do, because I actually look at them, then I look at myself, putting myself in their shoe. What would I do if this happens to me? What would I do if this happens to me? So that's why you should know that perfection should not, I don't think perfection can come from human. I don't think, not even the most holy man. I don't believe in that. I believe in that perfection can only come from your craft, your business, whatever you do. Perfection cannot come from daily life. Because before striving for perfection, you must recognize that there are constant observation, not only by others but also by the law. So you have to be conscious. So if you're watching this, share, subscribe, and follow me. Thank you for watching this video to the end. See you in my next video. God bless you.